Hello, everybody, and welcome to VFR. Today, we are here in Washington Dulles International Airport, and we are hopping in with our small plane among all the big planes, the DC-10s and MD-11s and 767s. But today, we're flying our trusty ATR-42, doing some FedEx mountain air cargo here out of Washington Dulles. Hope y'all are doing well. Thanks for coming along this evening. Should be a good flight down to Norfolk, Virginia. We're going to be carrying full load of stuff down to the shipyards down there. We are on Vatsim today. We do have DC Center online, so it should be a nice, fun flight for us. Let's go ahead and grab the ATIS and get it started with some power. So in this video, I did figure out what you have to do. You actually have to turn the main cabin light off if you don't want all that. The dome light's a little anemic, but everything else is fine. We'll just get a little bit more light down here. I don't have everything perfectly set up in the 42 yet, but we do want to crank all that, and we'll crank up a little floodlight too. All right, so we got power going. We're going to go ahead and open up and turn the battery on, and that should help. And with the battery on, things are booting up weak. It can yell at us, but we can go ahead and get cooking here. So ATR has been a lot. ATR has grown on me, I will say. I think I don't know. I don't want to say lukewarm, but the video I put out last week was on day one. I was like, okay, I heard some bad stuff, but it's pretty good in my first couple flights. I've flown 5 or 6 flights with this over the last week, and it's really a lot of fun. I have to say, I'm sliding the scale to really. I think if you're at all interested, go for it. I haven't had too many issues. I've really enjoyed it quite a bit. Your mileage may vary. Let's go. I'm just going to run the radios here. This is the first time trying this out. We do have DC, so we've got Dulles approach, and we have DC center. Although it looks like I'm patched into someone else. So we're looking for 13485 is 0 for the ATIS. 134-850. I always have lousy luck with DC though.
Washington Dulles International Airport ATIS information Bravo 2252 Zulu Special. Wind 290 at 15 gust 20. Visibility 10. 6,000 scattered. Ceiling 8,000 broken. 14,000
It's a bit cloudy.
Temperature 12. 2.1. Altimeter 2963. Arrival
Low pressure.
ILS or visual runway 1 center. Runway 1 right. Departing runway 30. Runway 1 left. Simultaneous approaches are being conducted to power runways. Notices to air mission. Read back all runway assignments and all hold short instructions. Operating mode C on all taxiway and runway. Ramp is non-movement area. Call for taxi on west or east side of ramp. Command error in phoneme. Advise on initial contact. You have information Bravo.
Bravo, okay. Alright, so we have information Bravo. Let's go ahead and get on to Dulles approach. 1261 is going to be our first frequency according to the pilot. We're down here with the big airplanes. We are flying today under the call sign Mountain, a mountain air cargo. They operate a fleet of ATRs, a mix of ATRs, mostly for ATR-42 300s, I think. Not exactly this rev, and this isn't actually a cargo version. It's just a paint with the windows blocked out. But still, that's all I need. But we're mountain air cargo that's based in North Carolina. There's a couple other FedEx feeder operations that use ATRs around. Empire is another one out west, if you want to do some of that flying. But, so today our call sign is going to be Mountain. We are Mountain 7129. It's one of my favorite call signs out there. So Mountain 7129. We're going places. Let's see what SimBrief gave me as far as. We'll take whatever the weight they gave us while we get set up here. So they have given us a block fuel of 3,000 pounds. 722 pounds, so 3.9 is fine. Total payload of 10.1 is what we're looking for. 10 1,000 pounds, and 145 will work. And I'm not worrying about the positions or anything like that. Oh, did they fix this? I know there was an update. I don't know if I've updated anything. I haven't noticed that before. But yeah, I've been really enjoying ATR. And more than I thought I would, even. So that's good. Let's go around here. We're just going to get DC2 gen going, windshield heat, oxygen supply, and that stuff set up. We'll start engine 2. We'll go into hotel mode here. Prop brake on. We'll do that before we get clearance. And then I've got to just do a check of the controls. And for the controls, all I have bound is the throttles. I don't have the... I do have a reverse or exit bound, but I don't have the conditions levers bound because you don't really have to mess with them in flight too much, and it was a little more... Juice wasn't worth the squeeze. And then we also have flap axis. So, engine 2 is going to be starting. We need to be... with...
on frequency. Aircraft crawling, so static.
Condition will need to be to feather. Prop brake is on. Gust lock is engaged. So we have everything we need for hotel mode. Let's go ahead and turn.
Yeah, 951 if you're trying to call it all.
Nav lights on. We'll turn wing lights on as well. Go ahead and start it up.
I just realized that mic wasn't on. The 951 Heavy, we are out of 17.7 on the Hyper 8. Just crossed Hyper.
And it should trickle in.
Bravo for Dulles.
We're getting some NH% there.
Yeah, 951 Potomac approach, although reset your transponder, squawk 5662.
And then we're going to go to feather here.
5662 in the box.
Get the last setup going.
951 Heavy.
Spooling up. That's one. I mean, it's not a huge thing, but small things like the hotel mode are... It's interesting in how you operate an airplane differently. We got everything loaded up.
951 ready contact.
Let's go ahead and call for clearance because I'm not sure what they're going to give us. I would program stuff in,
of the
but I don't really know how we're going to get it because this is
All right, we'll send you the Hyper 8. We're a little high, a little fast.
to a smaller
we're slowing down, coming
airport.
down, and it looks like
We'll take the GPS position.
And the dollars for United 951.
Don't want to take the last position because it looks like it stores that. I can fill it. We can fill it weight, which was zero fuel weight 35.9. We'll call that 36. And then our block fuel is 37.2. I think we put in about 3,800 pounds of fuel. That gives us takeoff of 125.1 in trim while I'm looking at it of 1.4. Okay. Back to the menu. Perf minutes. Cruising altitude today is going to be pretty low. I think I filed 15,000. They may change that on us, but 15,000 max cruise is fine for us there. No other pages here. And then we'll plug in the V-speeds for the flight plan with a new flight plan of KIAD to Corf, Oscar Romeo Foxtrot, Norfolk, and today we are Mike Tango November. I want to say 2719, but that's not what I am. I'm 7129. 7129. Go ahead and exec that. And then I'm just going to put in our runway because I'm 99% sure we're going to get 30. Of course, now I'm going to get off one of the ones, but, you know, that's how it goes. All right. That's good. Let's go ahead and call for clearance. Again, we are mountain 7129 at Dulles, requesting IFR clearance to Norfolk with Bravo. Dulles departure, mountain 7129. We are requesting IFR clearance to Norfolk. We have information Bravo.
Aircraft calling, that was all static.
And we're still
the same
static.
thing I did.
Let's try this. Let's try that. Dulles departure, radio check.
5x5.
Dulles departure, mountain 7129. We're requesting IFR clearance to Norfolk. We have information Bravo.
Mountain Air 7129, cleared to Norfolk. Capital 1 departure, radar vectors Casanova. The nurse files. Maintain 3,000, expect 15,000 to 1 limit of departure. Departure this frequency, squawk 5357.
Alright, we're cleared to Norfolk, Kappa 1 departure vectors. Casanova, then as filed, departure will climb, maintain 3,000, expecting 15,000, 10 after. Squawk 5357, departures with you, Mountain 7129.
Mountain 7129, read back correct, expect runway 30, contact ready for taxi.
Expecting runway 30, we'll call for taxi at Mountain 7129. Alright. I had the mic card muted for whatever reason, I don't know. So thank you all for coming along on this Wednesday evening. Good time so far. We've got Washington Center. We should have about a 40-ish minute flight. It'll be a little shorter tonight. But I just want to kick the tires on the ATR and get us out there. So we have hotel mode going, so we're good there. We will push back. I don't know if we can get far enough, or if that's a taxiway or non-movement area out here. No, we're out on the... Well, is that Zulu? No, that's Zulu. So here's what we're looking at. Let me pull it up. So we're up here at the cargo ramps. At the it's north of the main terminal. We're here on the ramp. It looks like we should have 2 taxiways in the runway behind us. So this is still the cargo ramp. We can push onto this without blocking anybody. Of course, you're still looking at Navigraph. We can push onto this without blocking anybody. We have the Capital 1 departure, which is just the one they put you on if they want to send you to a radar vector somewhere. Capital 1 is here. And this is just a chart that's going to show you what direct heading to go off the runway. We're going to climb to 3,000 and then direct to Casanova VOR. If you are familiar with us flying out of Manassas, you recognize that. Initial heading is going to be 301 on departure. So we'll fly runway heading until they tell us otherwise. All right, pretty good. Pretty straightforward so far. Let's do it.
T951, descend and maintain 2,000.
Turn hydraulic power on.
2,000.
With the probes off till we're pushed. Emergency lights armed. Seatbelts for the crew. Can come on. Everything else will be fine for the moment. Let's go ahead and get the box programmed. We're off of Dulles runway 30. We're going to be on the SID. They've got a Capital 1, which is just going to put us on vectors. Capital 1.
9905, ready to taxi.
Then Charlie, Sierra November. And then,
Sorry, Delta 9905,
as filed,
runway 30, taxi via
and we
Zulu,
filed
Yankee
direct
11.
Golf Victor Echo. And Golf Victor Echo would be the, for bonus points,
Delta
the Gordonsville VOR.
9905, taxi and Zulu, Yankee
And then we're going to
11,
Wikes,
to
or
runway
Wakes.
33. 33 left.
Whiskey.
Are we going to?
Alpha.
Runway
I'm
30.
sorry.
India Kilo
30, I'm
Sierra.
sorry. Zulu, Yankee 11 to runway 30.
And then direct
Delta
to
9905.
Norfolk. As far as an approach into Norfolk, we can we'll probably be able to request what we want. SimBrief gave me 2-3, which seems reasonable based on the winds. So we can plan for the ILS 2-3. And if that's not the case, we will change it. All right. Now let's switch back to that view here. All right, so I think that is everything here. I haven't figured out this stuff yet. That's right. All right, so let's get pushed back here. Thank you all for coming along and just joining us. We're here on DC Center flying the ATR-42 600 for Mountain Air Cargo as Mountain 7129. Pushing back in our little plane next to all the big 7.6s and whatnot. Parking brake is on. We can take shocks off, and I'm going to turn off ground power. that it doesn't yell when I do this. Now, when GSX does this, I think she still comes through the floor a little bit. So if we look down here.
United 951, turn right heading 270.
Did they fix it?
Heading 270, United 951.
No, she's just directly in front of us. They just move her over here. It's tough when they don't actually bend down. Get beacon light on because we're getting ready to push. Run that second, or run engine 1 fuel pump. And then as we push back, we will, once we're clear, there she is. We will take, props to auto. We'll take prop brake off, props to auto. Gust lock off.
Definitely 905. Our chart is down, but I'm pretty sure if I take a left right here, will this be Zulu?
Affirm, the first left turn is
and then we probably want nose.
Yankee 11.
This is always confusing.
Okay,
tail left. We want the tail to the left. Yes, I think so, because we're taxiing down that way.
United 951, turn right heading 350.
Heading 350, United 951.
United 951, airport's at your...
I think all my engines are clear.
3 o'clock and about 8 miles from site.
We have the airport in sight for United 951 Heavy.
United 951 Heavy, cleared visual approach, runway...
Go to, welcome aboard.
Right.
Cleared visual approach, 1 right, United 951 Heavy.
Alright, so let's go ahead and take this prop brake coming off. And hopefully that'll start to power the other things. Now, if you leave them in feathered, it won't actually supply the AC power that you need. That's one thing that I have done and struggled with for a while. Then we're ready to crank engine 2.
United 951, wind 29015, gust 20, runway 1 right, clear to land.
Alright, 1 right, clear to land, United 951 Heavy. We overshot the localizer just a bit here.
Engine 1 coming up.
All good. If you want to do 110, you can do 110.
I don't know if we can fit around that. Is that a DC-10 or an MD-11? I don't know.
We'll correct here for United 951 Heavy.
Probably an MD-11, right? The scenery is a couple years old. I got good engine start here. We're gonna break on. We're gonna go flaps 1 notch here. I believe that's 15. Landing elevation is gonna be about sea level, so we'll let that. No need to manually mess with that. Turn in gens 1 on. And then once they're clear of us, we'll turn the probe heat on too. Hope y'all are doing well. Should be a good Washington Wednesday here. So they unhook us. Now again, ATRs, these fly a lot in North Carolina and Charlotte. Some in the Caribbean too.
But
you know, they go wherever the FedEx needs them.
You know what?
All right.
Yeah, now that you mention it, we'll take 1 center for United 951.
United 951, no problem. Runway 1 center, clear to land.
And we need to go squawk.
Clear to land, United 951 Heavy.
Code is going to be whatever they told us, 5-3.
Have a 10 feet of turn before you get 1 right.
5357.
Yeah, that was in our blind spot. I thought we had one right here, so yeah.
We're squawking
Glad
now.
you caught that, thanks.
Okay. We're here. We're gonna hold. I could actually push to the other way because we got to go down to Zulu now. We're gonna go hold short of Zulu down here at taxiway and call for taxi. Let me just review our perf data real quick.
Definitely 905, holding short, runway 1
1
center.
of 110, or that's the generic non-limiting runway, and we shouldn't be too limited on
9905, runway 30, live white.
at runway 30, which is a big old runway down there.
Delta 9905, runway 30, line from white.
Line up rate runway 30. That's 9905.
Go ahead and turn taxi lights on. That's it. Everything else is pretty good to go. Washington departure Mountain 7129. We're short of Zulu, ready to taxi.
Mountain 7129, runway 30, taxi via Zulu, Yankee 11.
Zulu Yankee 11 for Mountain 7129 to runway 30. Ugh.
Delta 9905
word soup there.
on
All right.
departure, fly heading 280, wind 290.
Looks like a United 7-3 coming in, maybe?
20, runway 30.
You do get a lot of,
Heading 280, clear for takeoff, runway 30.
I mean, even in ground idle, you get a ton of...
For Delta 9905.
You don't need a lot to taxi this thing. Is that, that might be bigger. I don't have my VAT spy up. That looks like a Dreamliner.
Yeah, 951, welcome.
Potomac United 951 Heavy. Our punishment is going to be this taxi. We're going Charlie 12 this evening.
Yeah, 951, Roger, taxi Zulu to the ramp behind the ATR.
Alright, we'll go Zulu to the ramp behind the ATR, United 951 Heavy.
Good for 99, so turn right heading 280, correct?
He's gonna come over here.
Actually, correction, make that 320.
Heading 320 for Delta 9905.
You know, Dulles was the first airport I flew out of. Well, that's not true. It was the first airport I flew IFR out of on Vatsim. I flew it at Fresno first. It was the first IFR flight. It's actually a really good airport if you want to, generally. Big asterisk, but generally, a night like tonight at Dulles, if you're interested in flying Vatsim, this night, this environment is really good for a first Vatsim. Dulles is a pretty, it's a big airport in real life that it doesn't get the huge traffic that some of the others do on Vatsim. Because DCA is way more popular on Vatsim. But Dulles, so it's a big airport, lots of room to maneuver, lots of room to make mistakes, and it not be a huge deal. And it's a little bit less busy than some of the other big ones, like JFK or Atlanta or Boston. But it's actually bigger than some of those airports in actual size-wise, because in the real world, it's a very busy airport. So I highly recommend Dulles. They're on pretty often. Potomac Approach, Potomac Departure. I should be calling them Potomac Departure. I don't mind calling them Dulles Departure. That's not their call sign. That's all right. Potomac Departure. And then, again, 90% of the time at Dulles, you're going to go down here. You're going to get taxi via Zulu Yankee 11 to runway 30. So departing, it's pretty easy. Snip, welcome aboard. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Doing some ATR flying tonight. Been waiting for FedEx ATR for a while. And even though it's not a proper cargo, it's still good. Just doing a quick hop down to Norfolk tonight. So yeah, that's Dulles. We did have a United departing. We do have, I don't know if there's any other traffic departing at the moment. But we're basically just going to taxi all the way down until the line takes a left, and we're going to follow the line to the left.
Departure, ready to contact. Proceed direct Woolly, climb and maintain 4,000.
Now, I'm assuming center is using 13372, and they are.
Delta 9905, if you're trying to transmit, looks like there's income through.
133725. So your standard DC center.
You did.
And so we're gonna.
Sorry, Delta 9905, direct Willie, and climb and maintain 4,000 for Delta 9905.
But yeah, I mean, this, like I was saying, this level of traffic is pretty good for a first Vatsim flight. You've got a tower, you've got a approach who's not too busy in the center. So, above you. You can't... It's nice having an approach because you get everything up to... I mean, you get the whole thing, basically. So our initial altitude, what did I say, 3,000? I should punch this stuff in. 3,000 feet. Flight directors are on. And then we want a heading, initial heading, 300 unless they tell us something else, or 301. Delta's departure, okay. Heading 301, we're good to go now. Just gonna be landing lights on. Probe heat should go on. One last wipe out, make sure everything is good. We gotta put the true button on. I think everything else is good to go. It's a gust lock should come off too, that would help. It's not an airplane that takes a ton of setup, which is nice.
Delta 9905, turn right, heading 040.
Turn right, heading 040 for Delta 9905.
Departure, Mountain 7129, short of 30, ready for departure.
Mountain Air 7129, on departure, fly heading 280, wind 29015, gust 20, runway 30, cleared for takeoff.
On departure, fly heading 280, runway 30, cleared for takeoff, Mountain Air 7129.
Delta 9905, confirm you are climbing to 4,000.
2963 was the altimeter, too.
2905, it's my first week with the 737, but I'm trying to climb to 4,000.
That's too bad. Alright, here we go. This is my first time on Vatsim in the ATR. I think. Is it? Yeah, it is.
So, I don't know why it's not climbing.
Push the flight level change button, FLCH button, and then it'll start climbing.
Alright, we ready? Let's hit heading. And hit IS mode climb. Power coming forward.
Thank you.
We're gonna go to, I think we want ramp here. We've got flaps 15. It's not yelling at me, so that's good. We're in takeoff mode. Airspeed's alive, 90 knots. 100 knots is gonna want to go flying. And we're away.
I don't know if I'm going the right way because I see the way I'm supposed to go on my MD, but I think it's taking me the way from my heading.
Flaps up.
Delta 9905, turn right, heading 090, we're just going to give you radar vectors.
Turn right, heading 090 for Delta 9905.
Alright, we're going to make the left turn to heading 280. The other thing is speed is down here, so we want to climb out at 170 up to 3,000 feet.
Mountain Air 7129, Potomac departure, ready to contact. Proceed direct Casanova, climb maintain 1010,000. Alright,
proceed direct Casanova, climb maintain 10,000 for Mountain Air 7129. Okay, up to 10,000 direct Casanova, which should be approximately the green line in front of us. In true, I have this problem with the CRJ too, but the letters are so small. It's probably accurate, but still. And then we're going to go direct to our favorite Casanova VOR.
It's 2905. I think we're about
we could even put it into VNAV if we wanted to. We're going to come out of...
Roger, we'll just give you radar vectors.
Go notch.
Hand you over to Washington.
And I should have been an MCT, but going up to climb power now. And we're gone. We got a Richmond ATIS on. So far so good. We haven't crashed and burned. We are on our way out of Dulles. So thank you all for coming along, just joining us. We're doing FedEx Ops and Mountain Air 7129, Mountain Air Cargo. Flying out of Dulles, we're taking some parts down to Norfolk, Virginia. Kilo Oscar Romeo Foxtrot.
Washington 133.76.
Contact Washington 133.76 for Delta 9905. Thank you.
Just confirm 13372, 72.
13372.
Affirm, 13372.
13372 for Delta 9905. Thank you.
He's doing all right. It's a little hard when the airplane gets away from you a little bit. What's our temperature here? 10C. Yeah, we can put on a little bit of anti-icing. That's -10. I don't want -10. I actually think I want everything in auto for now. And then we can pull up our map here. I haven't mastered all the click spots on the displays. That still kind of mystifies me. And the range buttons, plus and minus, not that they're backwards, but they seem kind of backwards. But we're away. Got Border Collies. Welcome aboard. How you doing today? Welcome. Thank you all for coming along. We're here on Vatsim. Nice little Washington Wednesday. We got Mountain Air Cargo 7129 heading down to Norfolk, Virginia. In our ATR-42. But yeah, the ATR is not a... It's an interesting airplane. I give it just credit for being different than some of the other planes. Hotel mood. Hotel mood.
Mountain Air 7129, contact Washington 13372, bye-bye.
13372 from Mountain Air 7129. See ya. I don't have to do that. I already got it programmed in.
9905. American 1245, wind 33016, gust.
I'm going to turn on some anti-ice now because it's yelling at me.
Runway 01 clear land, American 1245.
I don't really know the anti-ice system. I will be the first to admit that.
In November 3, runway 23.
I'm just going to pull it back into manual power.
Alpha, Foxtrot, Echo, Charlie, cross runway 32 and 23.
He's probably on the ground. Washington Center, good evening. Mountain Air 7129, we're at 10,000 out of Dulles.
Mountain Air 7129, Washington Center, good evening. Climb and maintain flight level, correction, climb and maintain 15,000.
I maintain 15,000, Mountain Air 7129. Let's see if we can get a little higher and get over some of this visible precip.
Washington Center,
visible moisture.
Whiskey 18,000, Trish 3
5,000. Kicking in IS. We should get a good
Number 9er Golf Whiskey, Washington Center, hello, squawk 1137.
good run now.
1137, 9 Golf Whiskey.
American 2986, leaving my airspace, Indianapolis Center offline. Radar services terminated, frequency change to advisory.
I don't know if we'll get over the top of this at 1.5, but maybe.
Unicom for American 2986, thanks for the ADC, good night.
We're just about coming up on Casanova. Can we see our friend Manassas somewhere? I don't think so. Cruising here in the ATR. I don't have all my views set up in the 42, though. I need to get my dash cam set up.
Delta 9905, turn right heading 130. Turn right heading 130 for Delta 9905. Citation 9er Golf Whiskey, radar contact. Sorry, 30 miles northwest of Woodstown, VOR.
I'll let the guys use the seatbelts. I didn't get landing lights. I need to have it hardware bound.
Maintain 12,000, Baltimore.
That goes a really long way to remembering, but...
Correction, cross Troy's 12,000, Baltimore altimeter 2906 tree.
Troy's at 12,000, 9 Golf Whiskey. November, citation 9 Golf Whiskey, information Bravo, current at Baltimore, altimeter 2963, and expect visual approach, tree left. 33 left, 9 Golf Whiskey.
One of the nice things about the ATR is it's a lot like the CRJ. I think excuse me. If you like the CRJ, I think you like the ATR. But the nice thing about the ATR is you don't have these jets on the back, so when you level off,
DC Center,
you don't immediately overspeed.
November 7575 Golf.
November 7575
Here comes Casanova, then we're going down to Gordonsville.
Yes, sir. November 7575 Golf is
I think that's Manassas Airport down there.
To
Hotel Echo
Lynchburg,
Foxtrot.
at 6,000.
November 7575 Golf, Washington Center. Say aircraft type.
Cessna 152.
November 7575 Golf, Squawk 0572.
0572 in the box, November 75 Golf.
American 1245, go around.
American 1245, roger, turn left heading 270, climb and maintain 3000.
Left 270, 3000, American 1245.
Citation 9er Golf Whiskey, descend via the Trish Tree arrival. Descend via the Trish Tree arrival, 9 Golf Whiskey.
That's 9905. I don't know if I missed the runway. I think I did.
Delta 9er 05, negative. The field's at you're going to be landing on tree left, so you'll be heading opposite direction. Field now is at your 10 to 11 o'clock, 10 miles. Report.
Where's he going? Baltimore?
That's 9905. I have the inside.
Delta 9er 05, you're cleared for the visual approach, runway tree left.
That's 905, clear for the visual approach, 33 left. So you're saying it's on the other side of the runway, correct?
I'm saying you're heading approximately 130.
Okay,
Come all the way down, turn left, and fly back the opposite direction and land on 33 left.
Alright, so we should be good there.
Alright, thank you.
American 1245, radar
Cloudy day
contact,
here.
turn left heading 180.
Left 180, American 1245.
And American 1245, you want to try the Mount Vernon visual, runway 1 again?
Yeah, we'll take that, American 1245.
American 1245, roger, you can expect that. November 7575 Golf, your radar contact 20 miles northeast, Montebello VOR. VFR altitude, your discretion, proceed on course.
Proceed on course to Lynchburg at 6,000, VFR discretion, VFR altitude at our discretion, November 7575 Golf.
Washington Center citation November 3 radio.
Yes, Snip, definitely. I mean, I'm not an ATR expert, but it's certainly Vatsim capable, and it does some of the cool little quirks you have.
This is 9905, requesting to
I mean,
to 2,500.
I think some of the reception, I don't think the negative reception is founded at all. I know the CRJ has a reputation too, and that's one that I really like. But yeah, no, I've kind of even moved further from what I would have said initially. I've flown this is like my 6th or 7th flight, and I haven't had any issues. It's enjoyable. I mean, the VNAV works.
49.
It all works pretty well. I mean, there's some hiccups, but
Send via the.
I really like it.
Send via
And
the
I mean,
Cavalier
for $12, love it.
arrival.
Or 20 or whatever it is.
2963 landing north.
Descend via the
Mopar dude, welcome aboard.
Dulles landing north.
Good to see you. How you been?
Delta 2549.
We're cruising on down to Norfolk tonight. We're going Dulles to Norfolk FedEx ATR action.
Radio check, please.
Southwest 44, Washington Center, region 5x5.
Washington Center citation November 3.
They're down at Norfolk, where we're going.
And American 1245, Rivers 12 o'clock and 3 miles, report in sight.
Insight, American 1245.
American 1245, left turn is approved, cleared for the Mount Vernon visual runway 1 approach.
Left turn approved, cleared the Mount Vernon visual 1 approach, American 1245.
And Delta 9905, if you can turn your left base now.
Is there Pacific heading?
Nope, it's up to you. I cleared you for the visual approach. That means you turn as and descend as necessary to land at the field without flying.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm turning now.
All right.
Washington Center, citation November 3, radio check.
So November 3, they're at Norfolk. I don't know why Center's not picking it up. You've been enjoying the ATR-42? That's good. It's definitely quirky's a good word. It is quirky. I like the flights that you could do with it. I don't know why, but just being a shorter range is
2143,
low pressure, low altitude. It's kind of
Clipper 2 arrival.
I appreciate that.
Let's pass over Trish.
So we're coming up on Gordonsville now. This should be a pretty short flight.
300 at 4, runway
does Norfolk
23, clear for takeoff.
I wonder what the weather's
Clear
going
for
to be.
takeoff 23, citation November 3.
They haven't posted anything yet.
American 2143, Washington Center. Hello, I did.
Let's try again for American 2143. You got stepped on.
American 2143, Washington Center. Hello, I did.
And again for American 2143.
Cruising along here, DC Center.
American 2143, radar contact 30 miles east.
Now, just thinking about where we're descending, I don't know if this has
Cross
anything in.
VOR,
It does not.
Maintain 10,000 speed.
And clear out this
250,
discontinuity
Baltimore
real
altimeter
quick, just for
2963.
altitude planning purposes.
Oh, across Baltimore VOR at 10,000 at 250.
That is coming in at 2008 or 2028, so in about a half hour.
Frontier to 904 to
280, runway tree left, clear to land.
Clear land, 33 left, we're to 9905.
So that has us 15,000 at wakes and then going down. I don't know if we need to do that. We'll see what they give us as far as descent is concerned. What does it have us at now?
Washington Center, Frontier 904 here with the OP.
As it's basically right after that. We should be able to lose altitude pretty quick, but I'd expect to come down before then.
Washington Center, citation November 3, 3,400 out of Norfolk.
Frontier flight 9904, Washington Center.
It is, isn't it? It's not, that's a good. It's good. A lot of good routes you can.
256.
A lot of good routes and good things you can squeeze around a flight
November
in.
3, radar.
That a notch. We're gonna go over to
VFR,
climb here.
altitude, your discretion, proceed on course.
Icing is.
Altitude, our discretion, proceed on course, citation November 3.
We're fighting the good fight with the icing. I can. Well, I could see before I was in the cloud. Pretty good. All right. Oh, we got Washington Center tonight, which is good.
Frontier flight 904, Washington Center. Radar contact. 35 miles southwest Fayetteville VR, flight level 360, welcome aboard.
And it's yelling at me for airspeed.
Washington Center, citation.
It's all right.
Golf Whiskey Field in sight.
American 1245, wind 33016.
Got a little overzealous with the cruise.
01, clear to land.
Runway 1 clear to land, American 1245.
That's the one tricky thing is the power settings, especially
Traffic.
Especially on final,
1 to
I
2
feel like you
o'clock,
get a lot
8
of
miles, short final, tree,
idle, it drops
left,
speed
Boeing
like a rock, and
737, reported safe.
with a little power it likes to speed up.
Station 9 Golf Whiskey maintains separation. This traffic clear, visual approach, runway tree left.
So we're making our turn now towards
maintain traffic
Wakes,
separation on Golf Whiskey.
which will basically take us over
Frontier
Richmond.
flight 2321. Leaving my
Let me
airspace.
pull it up here.
Indianapolis Center is offline. Radar services terminated. Frequency change to advisory approved.
So here's where we're at. We're just passing over Gordonsville now.
Thanks for the ATC. Have a great night. Frontier flight 2321.
Flying over Richmond here.
Allegiant
And down to
374.
Wakes.
You're leaving my airspace. Indianapolis Center is offline. Radar services terminated. Frequency change. 2 advisories approved.
Then down at Norfolk when we get there.
You have a good evening going to...
We're planning on 2-3. We'll see what they give us.
Thank you.
But
Jet Airways
if asked, we can take the ILS for 2-3 or the visual.
Caps 3 arrival.
And then air cargo is going to be down here, so we're going to come down and vacate right to get down to air cargo.
Stand by the captain.
I went on the wrong way. Well, I almost did.
1058.
Alright, Delta 1058, I heard your read back. Who else was calling Washington Center? Who's going around?
Delta 9905.
Delta 9905, oh Roger, you were also lined up on runway tree right, not tree left. But
Yeah, I'm sorry.
for now, turn right heading 090, climb and maintain 3000.
Heading 090, climb and maintain 3000 with Delta 9905.
We'll see if there's... Clouds are still pretty high, so I'm not too worried about it.
Mayday,
Oh my.
November 7575 Golf, we just lost our engine.
Uh-oh.
November 7575 Golf, Roger. How many souls on board?
1 soul on board. What's our closest airport right now? It's dead, it will not restart.
Eventful day today. Where's Norfolk? I gotta pull up the weather.
Stand by.
Weather at Norfolk, I don't think they put up any
Closest
notice.
airport I'm tracking is about 30 miles, heading 080.
Turning heading 080.
So, Norfolk weather.
75 Golf.
We got wind 30 at 4 knots. 10 surface mile visibility, few clouds, 070. Overcast about 9,000.
Looks like you're heading
Altimeter 2963.
Roger, thank you.
Citation 9er Golf Whiskey, wind 280 at 6, runway tree left, cleared to land.
Cleared to land, runway 33 left, 9 Golf.
American 2143, you can expect the Mount Vernon visual runway 1 approach.
We're at Mountain Air 7129.
American 2143, expect the Mount Vernon
In case it
visual
comes
1
up, we do have
approach.
some traffic off our nose. About 9,000 feet
2143,
above.
Washington Center.
That's going to be Delta 2549.
American
Departing
2143,
Atlanta
expect
for
the Mount Vernon
Dulles.
visual 1 approach, descend and maintain 3000.
I'll expect Mountain Vernon visual for 1.
There he is.
American 2143 down to 3000.
Should also be a blue streak, I think. That second one should be a blue streak.
44, Raleigh Durham, requesting cluster. Orlando, we can accept PDC, we know you're busy.
Southwest 44, Washington Center. Good evening, standby.
Bye, we can accept PDC because we know you're busy.
PDC on the way.
All right. What is a fun little plane, the ATR? More fun, you know. I didn't really have much knowledge of the ATR. I had kind of low expectations going in, but it's really good. Just coming up on Richmond now. I wonder if Norfolk has an RNAV. I haven't shot an RNAV approach. But the RNAV
Air Force 8002, Washington Center, squawk
Zulu. We don't want the
5737. Delta 9905, field is at your 3 o'clock and 6 miles, report of insight.
Delta 9905, airport is in sight.
Delta 9905, you're clear for the visual approach, runway tree left. Number 2 behind traffic on a short final Boeing correction citation.
33 left, clear for 32 left, and we'll watch for that traffic. Delta 9905.
So good time, good night here in Washington Center.
And DC Center, November 75 Golf. Is the field basically off my 12 now?
The field is from your position 08024 miles.
Roger. November 75 Golf.
If that's the only field I have on my school, there could be a private field somewhere in the vicinity. I would just pick a local field and good luck.
Yep, thank you for that. Here, I'm going to try and run some checklists and hopefully not die.
Tough day. Glad we have two engines, huh?
High on the approach, just to let you know.
Glad we have two engines.
Jet Airways 1058, no problem. Just continue your descent. And, we'll
yeah, I think it's SNP. It's if the pilot is available, or if the controller wants to humor them, they can.
49, contact.
As far as emergencies. Otherwise, they could tell you unable emergency. They can say we don't have enough time, so it's unable. So they can tell you. Sonic Man, yeah, they
7129, weather at Norfolk, wind 30 at 4, altimeter 2963, expect visual approach runway 5.
Oh, expect visual approach runway 5, Mountain Air 7129. They do, I mean, they get tested when they get their rating to, you get tested when you get your rating for whatever position you're doing, so DC, if I'm, let's start with tower, or if I'm gonna be Dulles Tower, you'd have a final kind of. There are tests, and then there's also like an over-the-shoulder test where you actually work traffic, and you have an experienced controller watching over you. They're gonna just the visual 5. That's fine. That works for us.
Yes, Papa.
That gives us a nice little straight in. Let me change around my stuff. Take ILS for 5. That's fine. That means we're going to vacate left. Frequency is going to be 109.1. Now I don't really understand all the clicking, I gotta say, but 109.1. That'll just give us a localizer, a glide slope.
Air Force 8002, your radar contact 30 miles west of Casanova VOR.
We're still probably...
And DC Center, November 75 Golf, from being a field.
November 7575 Golf, roger.
We're probably about 50 or 60 miles from the field now.
At 6, runway tree left.
Sync my heading.
33 left, put a left, but this is 9905.
Get ready for final. Let's see. We also have our perf landing performance. We're approaching this. I don't think this is going to give us anything different. Should be a dry runway. We're going to go flaps 35. We do have reverser available to us. Just want to approach over around 100 knots, 104. I like to kind of aim for 110. We shouldn't have a problem stopping.
Delta 2018, radar contact 8 miles southeast, Roanoke VOR, flight level 330. Descend via the Alden 3 arrival. Raleigh altimeter 2973.
Descend via the Alden 3 arrival. Delta 2018, is there a runway we can expect? Or at least the flow?
Yeah, Delta 2018, expect visual approach 5 left.
5 left, Delta 2018.
Washington Center, good evening. United 3802 with you, 8,900 for 10,000.
United 3802, Washington Center, hello. Climb and maintain flight level 320.
320 on the way up, United 3802.
Washington Center, American Flight 16 with you, we'll grab it to landing 25038.
Yeah, Mopar, dude, I don't know what it does either. I just saw in a video that you're supposed to click it on. But I was frantically, I was all started up at the gate, I think in Dublin or somewhere. And I had everything, but I couldn't figure out how to get the AC power on, because the AC power was showing all faults. So I was like, oh, maybe it's the true button. It wasn't, but that's how I learned you were supposed to turn it on. The thing is, if you don't take it out of feather, and you don't put it into auto, it won't run the DC power, so.
And Blue Streak 10, correction.
That's what I had actually
Jet
done.
Airways 1058, you can descend and maintain 3000.
but I don't know what the true button does either.
1058.
It's guarded though, so that I don't know what that tells you.
2143, turn right heading tree 20.
And we're 7120, Mountain Air 7129 today, so. Sometimes these.
Turn heading tree 20, American.
Sometimes these flights with you're kind of slow through an airspace without a lot of handovers. Can kind of lull you into not listening, forgetting what your call sign is. I've also had the controllers forget about us too, so.
In Blue Street 1058, reduce speed 210.
So expecting runway 5 into Norfolk.
Correction, Jet Airways 1058, reduce speed to 210.
Reduce speed to 210, Jet Airways 1058.
Air Force 8002, descend via the Tyche 4. Andrews weather, stand by. Andrews weather, wind, tree 50 at 5, altimeter 296 tree. Expect the visual approach 1 left.
We're coming up on wakes
2143
now.
River, 1 to 2 o'clock, 8 miles, report site.
And I do just want to make sure that we're going.
American 2143, clear for the Mount Vernon visual runway 1 approach.
Clear for the Mount Vernon visual runway 1 approach. American 2143.
Delta 9905. I couldn't find the runway here. I'm having a problem finding the runway.
And I'm just going to put in Norfolk as a waypoint here. Oh, it's not going to go.
Delta 9905, Roger. State intentions.
We'll go to the Norfolk VOR since that's co-located with the field.
1,400.
What do you want to do? You want to try again?
Yeah, I think I'll try again.
Delta 9905, turn
so
right.
I'll just make sure we proceed to Norfolk after our flight plan. Instead of going to, it's a small difference, but if I have the ILS programmed in, it'll take us to one of the points on the ILS. So thank you all for coming along. Just joining us. We're getting ready to shoot a visual approach into Norfolk, Virginia, flying our FedEx ATR-42 600 of Mountain Air cargo. We took off from Dulles about a half hour ago, doing a short hop into Norfolk.
15 radar contact, 20 miles west of Robbinsville, VOR, welcome aboard.
Roger, Washington Center, good evening, Delta 1553 with level tree 20.
Now, if they want to put us right onto the visual for 3, it's, or for...
Delta 1553, Washington Center, hello, I did.
We probably got...
American 2143,
30 miles,
wind,
20 miles.
3086, runway 01, clear to land.
I know it speed brakes on this thing, so...
Washington Center, Envoy 21 with you at flight level 20 at
American 2143, wind, tree 086, runway 01, clear to land.
We can really dive bomb if we need to, but would prefer not to.
Jet Airways 1058, should I stay on the current heading?
Clear to land runway 1 for American 2143.
Jet Airways 1058, you're on the CAPS 3 arrival.
Still too high, Jet Airways 1058.
By the time you got to Katrin, you'd be at 3,000 where you're supposed to be.
Roger, I'll continue.
Yeah, Washington Center, good evening.
You got 12 miles to lose, 4,000 feet. I think you can make it.
Okay, Jet Airways 1058.
Washington Center, good evening. Senior 87 Charlie Echo, holding short of runway 21, Raleigh Executive. Like to pick up IFR.
All right, Mountain 7129. Fly heading 130, descend and maintain 6,000.
Heading 130, descend and maintain 6,000, Mountain Air 7129.
Washington Center, Envoy 21 with you at flight level 20, 20,000.
That poor King Air just can't bring in. Heading 130.
Delta 1553, your radar contact, 25 miles southwest.
Not saying you forgot about us, but...
330, welcome aboard.
All right, we got time. I got nowhere to be. Well, it's not actually technically true,
Envoy
but...
21, Washington Center, hello, I did.
In this case, we can...
Just 9905. All my gauges are
We can take our little...
But I see an airport in front of me. I'm not sure if this is Baltimore or not.
The thing is also, I tend to... I don't know how realistic this...
12 o'clock and 8 miles.
This is, but...
And Delta 9905, you're clear for the visual approach, runway 33 left.
Clear for the visual approach, 33 left, Delta 9905.
I'm just going to set a vertical speed just because that's a little easier. We could probably make...
1058, looking good on the altitude. River is 12 o'clock, 8 miles.
And we're heading 130, that's good. Okay.
I have the river in sight, Jet Airways 1058.
Jet Airways 1058, thanks. You're cleared for the Mount Vernon visual, runway 1 approach.
Probably even crank it up a little bit.
Airbus 320 on a 2-mile final.
Cleared for the Mount Vernon visual approach for runway 1, Jet Airways 1058.
A little more range here.
Yep.
So you can kind of see the that's the final approach course for the ILS.
Envoy 21, radar contact. 15 miles northwest of DuPont VOR. Cross Trish at Main 12000, Baltimore altimeter 2964.
Cross Trish at 121,000, Envoy 21.
And Giant 3603, is that you calling for clearance?
From information also requesting clearance to Cincinnati.
And Giant 3603.
So maybe a new run thing, but that's all right.
By PDC.
Delta 1550, just want to confirm you got radar contact with us.
Delta 9905, can I land on the runway in front of me?
Delta 9905, looks like you've got old scenery because you're heading towards a runway that's closed, but
yeah, the Baltimore scenery is kind of messed up here.
And wish you luck. Delta 1553, your radar contact. Now you're, call radar contact for you.
All right. Chris, welcome aboard. Good evening. Hope Houston is
American 2143, welcome to Washington,
less stormy than
ramp, November
Dulles
Kilo.
right now.
November Kilo to the ramp for American 2143. See ya.
See ya. Jet Airways 1058, wind.
We're crash diving here for 6,000 feet.
Runway 01, clear to land.
And we should be able to see the field. I'm not going to try and guess, but coming in over Portsmouth.
King Air 87 Charlie Echo.
November 87 Charlie Echo, Washington Center, go ahead.
King Air 87 Charlie Echo, we departed VFR out of Raleigh Executive, 2,200 climbing, like to pick up IFR down to Bradley, please.
And November 8 Charlie 7, correction, November 87 Charlie Echo, Roger, standby.
But they're basically going to put us right onto the final approach course for the runway. We're basically on a super long left base for Norfolk here. So we're going down to 6,000, then we're going to reduce speed probably a little bit. I'd like to get kind of down to flap range, but weather's great in Houston. That's good. Glad to hear it.
United 3802, we're going to step away for a couple minutes. We'll report back.
United 3802, I'm going to be closing down here probably before you get back, so radar services terminated, frequency change.
This is going to work out perfectly, hopefully.
Okay, appreciate that. Have yourself a good night, 3802.
Really, Sonic Man, a lot of rain in New England. It seems rainy in virtual Dulles now. This cloud's breaking a little bit.
Mount 715, looks like fields, 11 o'clock, 15 miles, report of insight.
It's out there. Roger, we have the field in sight, Mountain Air 7129.
And Mountain Air 7129, sorry, did you say you had field in sight?
Affirmative, we have the field in sight.
Mountain Air 7129, thanks. Clear visual approach runway 05.
Clear visual approach runway 05, Mountain Air 7129. Down here. That should be 5, and then crossing around. This is another one, like we did,
Washington Center's closing down, radar services.
Where was we were last week? We were at El Paso, or a couple weeks ago?
Have a great flight.
When we went into El Paso. It's kind of a similar thing here. It's not as close, but you do have two kind of big airports, big-ish.
King Air 87 Charlie Echo, thanks. Sorry we didn't get to talk to you. Hopefully we'll talk to you next time.
No worries, we'll see 87 Charlie.
We'll just send down to 3,000 here for now, because we're cleared on the visual, so that means
Air Force
Cleared to do whatever we have to do to get onto the visual
Washington
approach.
Closing down, radar services terminated. Frequency change approved, no traffic.
But there's Oceana Naval Air Station is somewhere around here too. Big bunch of parallel runways, and they're all kind of on the same, a similar pattern as Norfolk.
Washington Center's closing down, radar services terminated. Frequency change to advisories approved. Have a great flight to Charlotte. See you.
Jet Airways 1058 is doing a go around.
All right, here we go.
I can disconnect Jet Airways 1058.
Roger. Washington Center's closing down now, so just radar services terminated. Frequency change to advisories approved, and good luck on your next attempt.
Frequency change approved. Jet Airways 1058.
So we're coming in here. We're gonna get
In Mountain Air 7129, wind calm, runway 05, cleared to land.
runway 5 cleared to land. Mountain Air 7129. Thanks for the ATC.
Delta 2018, field 12 o'clock, 10 miles, report in sight.
But we can go over to
Delta 2018, clear for the visual approach.
do I not have the OR? Is it not going to work? I said 1090. Is that what? Oh, we're in
November 3, Washington Center's closing down.
We're at
Radar
1091.
services terminated.
What is-
Frequency change to advisory approved. Have a safe landing at Washington.
on 1091.
Roger, over to advisory. Have a nice day, November 3.
You too, see ya.
And then the final approach
Giant
course is going to be
3603,
047.
Washington Center's closing down. Maintain Unicom and have a good flight.
If there's a way to set this before you turn up the...
03, have a good night.
I don't know how you set it before you turn it in. We're going to go down to 2,300 now. We're still a little above the glide slope, technically. I'm also going to turn off anti-ice now that we're below them.
Delta 1553, Washington Center's closing down. Radar services terminated.
I need flight direct or flight recorder on too.
Already on Delta 15.
There's the runway. I'm actually just going to take control here because it's not worth fiddling with. It's going to be easier if I do this. And then I'm just going to
Delta 2018.
hang in approach mode here.
Wind variable at 6, gust 16, runway 5 left, clear to land.
Alright, 5 left, clear to land, Delta 2018.
We are at 180 knots, so that's good. That's where we want to be. We can go down to flaps 15 here. And we can bring gear out.
7129, Washington Center closing, radar services terminated. Frequency change approved, have a safe landing.
Go Unicom, Mountain Air 7129, thanks. 7129, alright, we're clear to land here. I overshot a little bit, but that's alright.
Delta 2018, Washington Center's closing, radar services terminating, have a safe landing. Frequency change approved, we'll talk to you next time.
Frequency change approved, see you, Delta 2018.
Whatever, all speeds look good. We'll take the scenic route. On approach here into Norfolk, Virginia.
All aircraft, Washington Center is now closed. Thanks for flying. If I didn't get to talk to you, sorry about that, but we'll try to get you next time. Have a good night.
All right, 122.8 Unicom. I don't think anyone else is at Norfolk, but maybe actually. No, November 3 left already, I think. Little high, not too bad though. Honestly, a little slow. This is one, and that's what I really need to practice. If you're flying into a bigger airport, we'd probably be asked to maintain 180 as long as we can, which... But down here, it's just, it's hard with the throttles, because it seems like a little bit of throttle adds a lot of power, and then going to idle just craters all power, which is fine if you know... It's just hard to do fine adjustments on that. But we're coming in here. 159 is pretty good. We're going to start bringing the speed back. We are 5 DME. Coming in for landing. One last chat check. Kilo Charlie Echo Foxtrot. Which one is that, Sonic Man? I'm not familiar with my New England airports, really. Yeah, some long runway. You actually don't see that many super long runways here. I mean, it's really out west. You see a ton of really long runways. Even at like little GA, not even GA, but anything that used to be a Cold War Air Force base. out east, they're more often than not still in use. At least the very long ones. There's some exceptions down south. Actually, the maintenance base for these are, what is it? Kinston? Has a really long runway. It's just like a little GA airport out in North Carolina. We got to go down final... Let me throw my flaps out. We're still fast. I'm talking and not paying attention to speed. It's alright. We got reverse. We're good. Chicopee, Massachusetts. Thank you.
200.
But speed's good now. And see, you throw it into idle and it puts the brakes on for you pretty good. If I kick it out of manual, or kick it out of idle, flight idle, it seems to come back up pretty well. Runway 5 here. Again, we're going to vacate, what did I say, vacate right? I'm all turned around now.
20. 10.
I also haven't got the height quite right. But once you get on the ground, you can really... Air Reserve Base and GA Airport. That's pretty cool. A lot of the... I mean, there's a ton of them around. Which is handy if you're looking for somewhere to put something heavy down. And we're vacating... it's fine. We'll vacate. Did I choose right? I did choose right. We're vacating left. We're going to have to cross back over runway 14 to get back to the... the cargo apron. But welcome to Norfolk, everybody. The weather is about the same as it was in Dulles. A little less windy. Norfolk traffic, Mountain Air 7129 ATR. We are off of runway 5 at Gulf, taxiing to air cargo via Charlie, crossing runway 14, Norfolk. And then we're supposed to turn an engine off. We're supposed to turn engine 1 off, I think. I'm just going to bring that back to feather. And then off. You also bring the gust lock on so we don't get blown away. Then we're just going to taxi in on one engine. Landing lights can come off. Strobes can come off. And we'll head down to air cargo. Oh yeah, really? That would make sense. They had them. The list is it's an interesting list of all the fields listed for shuttle emergency landing zones. So I don't doubt it. All right, we'll taxi on up to gate, and then we'll pop in a quick landing replay. So we don't have more time tonight, but glad we get a flight in at least. Trying to do more flights. It's been a good time on Vatsim, but it's a busy time of life here at the moment. But yeah, ATR definitely. I mean, it's one that's grown on me a lot. I think. You know, as a high praise for an airplane in a competitive airplane environment, it's one that I sit down and think, oh, I could go fly the ATR right now. That sounds like fun. And at the end of the day, that's what I'm looking in for something. So, I mean, as a value, and I mean, it's more advanced than the default stuff. So it's, I mean, and the displays really, I mean, they work pretty well. It's not really too wonky. It's... you know, I give ATR 2 thumbs up at this point. It's been really good for me. I've been very much enjoying it. I don't think we're in the right spots here, but that's all right. And it's crazy some of the negativity you see on the forums. It's, I mean, you would think it was a Captain Sim level thing. And I mean, it really isn't. It's actually pretty solid. Oh, I shut down the engine, didn't I? That's flight recorder's not gonna like that. That's all right though. All right, so we're at the gate. Thank you all for coming along. Good fun flight. We'll fly with one engine out. Let's disconnect from Vatsim and get a flight recorder going. Oh, did it restart my engine? That's good. Let's bring it in a little closer. Very ungracefully get all the cameras set up. I wish I had a scenery to put aircraft carriers in here, but I don't have any aircraft carriers. I don't think I have any aircraft carrier scenery. But anyway, enjoy our approach into Norfolk. Thank you all for coming along. Really appreciate it. A quick flight. And yeah, we'll try and do more quick flights here like this. ATR is a really great plane for a quick flight like that, though. Just all in one center. If you got a center online, you've got full ATC the whole way. And it is a whole lot of fun. So I really appreciate y'all coming along. Of course, all the usual YouTube stuff helps us out a lot. Appreciate everybody sticking around and hanging out with us today. I'm going to play us out here. And I hope you all have a great night. And yeah, enjoy your flights to wherever you may be flying. Take it easy, y'all.